Taylor's getting changed. That's okay. We are back here. Round 3. Yeah, round 3 on Patriots Draft Central here on the CLNS Media Network, powered by Prize Picks and Game Time. We are waiting on 2 picks coming up for the Patriots in the 3rd round, pick number 69 and pick number 77. We are 2 picks away right now. The New York Giants started off 3rd round by taking Darius Alexander out of Toledo, someone who was on my board for best available, as well as Taylor's. And then Ashton Gillette, who I've never even heard of.
He's good.
Okay. Edge defender out of Louisville goes to the Chiefs. And in front of the Patriots.
He's got him too? And oh, Jesus Christ, bro.
Yep. And so he goes to the Chiefs, and now we have the Cleveland Browns and the Las Vegas Raiders in front of the Patriots here before pick number 69. 2 teams that could be in the market for one Shedeur Sanders, who is still on the board here heading into round 3. Taylor, it's funny. I was just scrolling Twitter when we were on our little break, and I saw a tweet from you. It was like, is Shedeur going to fall out of the 1st round right here? And I almost quoted it and was like, is Shedeur going to fall out of the 2nd round here? And lo and behold, he did. He's still on the board. I have to think that one of Cleveland or the Raiders takes him here. But we also said this about 2 hours ago when we were at the same spot. I don't know about you. We've kind of drove it into the ground, but clearly there's something up about Shedeur Sanders, whether it's the fact that maybe he's just not as good as, we thought, or maybe the media thought, and it was just a media-driven thing, or maybe he really did rub some people the wrong way in these pre-draft visits. But Shedeur Sanders still on the board as we sit here at pick number 67.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just a combination. I think it's just it's not worth maybe the investment, like the fact that he's going to come with a certain level of baggage. That just is what it is. He's Deion Sanders' son, who was just put into Colorado's, Hall of Fame, even though he wasn't even one of the most successful quarterbacks that ever went there. And there's a ton of guys who were much more deserving. And then you add on top of it, if the interviews really were that bad, and, if Deion is not just going to be, associated, but going to be involved, and this is all speculation, but like the further he falls, the more these things become relevant. And again, he's not that good. He's a pocket passer. And when it's all these other things, and the fact that he didn't participate and compete in the pre-draft process, whether he was advised to or not, I think all of these things added up to a guy where it's just like, bro, I think maybe the way he moved was kind of like he thought his shit didn't stink, and he was never that guy in this draft. So I'm not surprised by it. It's just kind of wild to see just how far he's falling, because I thought maybe back half of the 1st round, because there was so much media hype. But yeah, that just seems to have been completely fabricated, because I don't think anybody other than people said he was going to fall out of the 1st, but this is next level. Obviously.
It's crazy. And it's funny too, because as late into the process as Thursday evening, right before the 1st round started, Ian Rappaport still kind of had that maybe the Giants do take him at number 3. And the fact that Brian Daboll and Joe Schoen had done a ton of work, the most work really, on Shedeur Sanders throughout the pre-draft process. And yet, what happened?
The Patriots might have reached by the consensus board, but they got Kyle Williams, baby. Speed. More home run speed.
Okay, so what happened with the Browns and the Raiders? We don't even know, because the Patriot where'd you see that? Not that I don't believe you.
A lot of people are tweeting it.
Okay. So the Patriots have a wide receiver, folks. It's Kyle Williams. They are taking Kyle Williams with the number 69 overall pick. Here's my top 3 available, top 5 available. Alexander obviously went. I had Kyle Williams 3rd on this board. Taylor had him a little higher, I want to say. We're still working on getting that out here. But Jalen Noel still on the board. However, the Patriots do take Kyle Williams out of Washington State. We just had talked about him actually earlier in the show with EJ Snyder earlier today, and he said he was one of his favorites, and he didn't really say that he was contemplating taking him at pick 38 where the Patriots are, but he sounded high enough on him that he would take him with a 2nd round pick. Now he falls to the Patriots at 69. And Kyle Williams sounds like a Patriot. Phil Perry was on it. We'll give him some credit here, NBC Sports Boston. But Taylor, give us some more on Kyle Williams, what you like about him as far as the Patriots fit.
Again, this gives you speed. They said they wanted to help Drake May, and I know that, Mike Vrabel said he wanted a more efficient passing game. And I think these guys both give you that, where in the run game, if you can have home run hitting, that's going to take a whole lot off your quarterback. And then Kyle Williams is the kind of guy who can make a house call on screens if you give him space underneath and let him run, and he can run by guys. And I think he actually has one of the best release packages in this draft. Also, I know Jalen Noel was higher on consensus boards, but I think the fact that Kyle Williams is a guy who is so good off the line, even though I like him better as a Z, he can be an X in some matchups and win off the line and be kind of that ISO matchup winner. And he does have a slighter frame. That's really where the big concern is going to be. And he was a late breakout. He was a fifth-year guy, but really talented player who I like Jalen Noel a bit because he was a bit bulkier, another guy who had speed. I thought he was a little bit more consistent catching the football. But Kyle Williams, man, I mean, if he hits his ceiling, this is going to be explosive weapon for Drake May. And again, I think this is definitely one of those guys who fits into the category of making his life easier.
So where does he fit in now as far as the wide receiver room? I guess position-wise, depth chart-wise, who becomes more expendable? I know there's been talks of a Kayshon Boutte trade eventually. I don't know if that's something that becomes now more in the works or not. And the other thing I'll add too here is first 3 picks all on offense for the Patriots. Will Campbell, Travion Henderson, and Kyle Williams really trying to make life a lot easier for Drake May, as you just said. But now looking at the Patriots wide receiver room, it's Stephon Diggs, it's Kendrick Bourne, it's Jalen Polk, it's Javon Baker, it's Mac Hollins, it's Kayshon Boutte. There's a lot of Demario Douglas I didn't even mention yet. There's a lot of guys in there now. And it's super early, just happens, but how do you see this kind of shaking out? Where does Kyle Williams fit into the bunch?
I think that I think he is going to be a versatile piece. I really do. It kind of depends on how they maybe want to stretch the defense. I think when they aren't really afraid of the outside corners, if they're guys that aren't really big press specialists, that's where I think Kyle Williams can have a lot of success there. I don't think you want him blocking too often. He is a tough guy, but I think he's more someone you want to threaten with speed and as a ball carrier than you do as a blocker. But I do think he has position versatility. He's going to have to earn a starting role in camp because you got Mac Hollins, you got Pop Douglas, who it's going to be interesting to see how he fits with Josh because he hasn't really been great as an option route guy or as that like zone beater, and we know Josh likes reliable guys like that. But if Diggs and Mac Hollins can play, you don't really need the young guys to start. So it's going to be a rotation and really whoever rises to the top. But Williams obviously brings you more big playability and explosiveness than anybody else in that room, and it's not particularly close.
All right, so the Patriots have a wide receiver. This is exciting, okay?
Everybody was upset that they didn't get the receiver earlier, but honestly, like we were saying, didn't think receiver was that pressing of a need that it needed to be the second round pick. And I personally like the late second, third round guys more. So that's another reason why I didn't mind them taking Travion Henderson. Like you got your offensive tackle. I know people like Luther Burden, but you can't act like he was a consent, like everybody loved him. He fell out of the first round. So clearly he wasn't someone who passed with flying colors. Donovan Ezra-Rock, obviously he was taken the pick after, but still Donovan Ezra-Rock wasn't taken until a few picks later. So I think this is what you needed. Like in some drafts, you need to see what the next pick is. So you feel a little bit better. Like with Layden Robinson, they picked Javon Baker and we're like, okay, right. You gave us a little something. So that's where I think these two together, they look more complementary.
It's funny you say that because when we were just talking off air, trying to figure out what our content schedule was and what we wanted to do, and we were like, should we do a Travion Henderson video? Taylor said, let's wait for more context because now you kind of see how the rest of the board shakes out, where they might have different positions, I guess valued versus not valued, and again, those kind of groups of players where, okay, now that they like these receivers better, where when we were at 38 with a guy in Luther Burden, really, it was like, take him, he's really good. And there was concerns around the pick where Kyle Williams is someone who really has skyrocketed up boards, as EJ Snyder said. As I know, Alex Barth has been high on Kyle Williams for a little while now, but
I took him in a mock draft too.
We've had him. Taylor's had him in written mock drafts. I think I know we'd at least talked about him a couple times, but this is and I'm kind of just watching the Twitter sphere blow up now, but this is exciting. That's something that could this can help. So again, Patriots take Kyle Williams at pick 69 here in the draft. Now we go to 77, and let's see where we. My guy Harold Fannin went 2 picks before to the Cleveland Browns. That's too bad. Shadur Sanders still on the board, which is crazy. All right, chat. How we doing on Kaya Williams? Are we okay with it?
How do we feel about it? Yeah, let us know what you guys think.
I think we're okay with it. So last year at this time, they only took one defender last year.
Jordan Schultz tweeted, the league's worst kept secret has been that every team loves Williams. Sensational after the catch. Another weapon for Drake May.
All right. So I was okay with Henderson at 38. I wasn't thrilled with it. But as you kind of said with the context, but now adding Williams into it, like this 3-round haul they have is solid because you have your tackle, you have a weapon, you have 2 weapons on offense where, like, if they did go Luther Burden at 38, where would they have gone now? Because also when you look at the running backs that also just went, like, I think I want to say, if I have it in front of me, just give me 1 second. Henderson went. Oh, RJ Harvey went as well. Judkins was already gone. So, like, RJ Harvey was a guy we liked on the show a few times. He would have already been gone at this point. Do you go running back now? Do you double dip at receiver? Do you take another lineman?
Defensive line, honestly, because there's edge guys that seem like they're still slipping. Like Landon let's see who's still on the board.
Landon Jackson's still on the board. Okay.
Landon Jackson's still on the board. Jalen Noel. I double dipped in my draft. Jalen Noel and Kyle Williams. Dude, I would freak out. You're going to see a different version of Tay if that happens. Why did you shut off, you stupid thing? You're fully charged.
Would you? So you would double dip at wide receiver at this point, or would you go edge rusher?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't necessarily do that. I'd like to hit on another. I think I would like to add a little bit of edge or Marcus and Bo. I would love Marcus and Bo as well. A lot of versatility.
5 positions, right?
Yeah, like true 5-position versatility. Did everything at the Senior Bowl. He's a guy I really like. Jared Wilson, if you want to get your center. Jalen Royals is another double dip option at receiver. Wow, Isaac Tesla to the Lions at 70. They don't give a damn about the consensus big board.
No, they don't.
Wyatt Milam is another guy I could see maybe. He is 78th on the consensus big board, so he's about in that range as well. All
right. We're getting down to it with the 7. It's funny how it when you go from round 1, 2, 3, the clock really starts to speed up on you because we're already I guess we're kind of far away here, but now I think they only get 5 minutes between picks. Tesla goes. Okay, the Saints are up now. Let's take a look at Taylor's big board. Jalen Noel, Kyle Williams, Jalen Royals, Marcus and Bo. Yes, cross out Kyle Williams, obviously, because he's already gone.
Boom.
What do you do out of the 3 here? If you had to choose, Jalen Noel.
I think I would go Marcus and Bo. I love the way he plays. I love the versatility. I think he is a Vrabel guy. And again, you already have your receiver, and that's right now a very crowded wide receiver room. Let's talk about that. Who do you think? Let's project right now. Who do you think makes it if they keep 6 receivers?
6 receivers? Okay.
Keyshawn Boutte seems like he's probably going to get traded.
So immediately go to Williams. I'm writing it down in front of me. Williams, Diggs. Does Diggs count? He's not going to be an IR guy. Let's count.
Yeah, no, no PUP. He'll be on PUP, I think.
So we shouldn't count him. So it's Diggs on PUP and then 6 other guys.
I think so.
Okay, Williams.
Nate Tice tweeted about Kyle Williams.
Williams, Pop Douglas, Jalen Polk, Mac Hollins. That's 4. Keyshawn Boutte. Like, I get. Oh, Kendrick Bourne.
Bourne. Yeah, I think it's KB.
So that's 5.
So Williams, Hollins, Diggs, Pop, Bourne, Polk.
That's 6. But if we say
Diggs.
If we say Diggs is on Pop, then
maybe you just keep 5. Honestly, you can just keep 5.
You keep 5, or Boutte makes it. But
I think they keep 5. So
unless we take another wide,
4 people that do what he does.
Yeah, I know. Unless we take another wide receiver here coming up at 77. We'll see what happens.
If that happens and I was right about the double dip and I predicted a pick today, I am going to be – I know I say I'm going to be insufferable. Like, no, literally, you're going to have to turn it off.
You want to watch a little Kyle Williams while we wait for pick 70?
Of course I want to watch a little Kyle Williams. Oh, man. And this is the screen. This is one where I know they like break through. Somebody makes. All right, let's play the clip.
What?
I think we know where he is.
Is it?
Yes.
That took a
yeah,
while.
So guy breaks through.
Yeah.
Tries to tackle him. Nope. This is what I mean. Like, he's a thin guy, but he's tougher than you'd think. Like, there's plays where he'll get bullied out of the sideline, but you have to get your hands on him first. He's a slippery dude. Also, I'm going to look up the Beast. I feel like he's also a guy who is a high character dude. That was another reason why I really liked him. No, also, like, as a captain. So those two guys. Kyle Williams, not Kyle Washington. Kyle Williams.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna have to get over that. You're gonna have to.
I think I'll be okay. I think that was the traumatic mistake that I needed. So strengths, according to the Beast in Dane Brugler: explosive driving off the line of scrimmage, varies his release package to shake defenders and get vertical, makes dynamic speed cuts to create separation out of breaks, short area bursts to skirt tacklers and turn short gains into big plays. Tracks the ball downfield and can take it out of the air. NFL scouts gave strong character feedback based on how teammates felt about him. In 2014, he posted the third most receiving yards in the season in Washington State history.
I'm trying to think of other good. Who else went to Washington State? That's a good wide receiver before. I can think of.
That's a good question.
He's going to be the first. Our guy Justin Mello. From the Draft Network just sent me a story he wrote about Kyle Williams and a quote from Williams. I pride myself on winning one-on-one matchups. That's my bread and butter. I always feel like the best receivers in the NFL have to beat man coverage with consistency, and that's Kyle Williams' game, according to himself. So, yeah, I got no qualms about this one, Taylor. I am fully in on this pick. I think this is a really solid top 100 player that can continue to help you build this foundation. And it helps me cope a little more with the Henderson pick, to be quite honest. Like, I'm all about the running back, and maybe it's me dying on a hill as well. But I sometimes look at it and I'm just like, they could have done more. They should have done more. You have a room with Ramondre. It's going to be fine type of thing. Let's go get somebody else at that position. But looking at the board there, the beginning of the second round, we talked about it earlier today. It's like, the beginning of the second round is a place where you can really help your team, but also it's the guys who fell out of the first round for some reason.
Yeah.
Oftentimes. So it's like, it's never an easy spot to be in. So when you do get a running back there, maybe they only fell out because they are a running back, and a guy like TreVeyon Henderson can be that. So pair him with Kyle Williams on offense. Again, you have Will Campbell now as well. Times are changing a little bit.
Ahmed, if you're listening, I just remembered we have the segment on Kyle Williams we can clip too if we want to post it
in the film.
When I did my top receiving options, Kyle Williams was the third guy.
Awesome. All right.
I would have done TreVeyon Henderson in my third down backs thing, but I didn't think he was like Cam Scatterby was as close as I was willing to go for a third down back.
Yeah.
Because I felt like Henderson was too explosive to be that necessarily. Damn, but I do regret it. I mean, to be fair, I didn't watch him until today because I thought
when we had but I remember, and I saw a tweet from Brett Coleman earlier. I think when we had him on, he told us that TreVeyon Henderson is basically a sixth offensive lineman. Because
he tweeted that. Yeah,
he tweeted that after. I was like, I heard that before. I think he told us that on the show. And sorry, I'm waiting on Derek White free throws. I need this man to hit another free throw.
I was wondering if you're watching the draft. Landon Jackson to the Bills.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Honestly, that makes a lot of sense. He really does fit exactly what they like.
So do the Jets go Shedeur Sanders here at pick 73?
Oh my God.
That's not a bad landing spot. Justin Fields is there.
I just think he needs to stay out of New York. Yeah, I think he needs to stay out of New York.
Where did he get drafted? I don't understand this now. At what point?
A small market. Literally, I think he needs to go to a small market so that he just doesn't get torn apart he's already getting torn apart by the media.
That's crazy. I can't. It's wild to me that he is still on the board. Jets, Broncos, Niners, Cowboys, Patriots. Okay.
Nate Tice really likes Kyle Williams. He's tweeted about it twice.
Okay.
In the past couple minutes. I'm so excited about this. I like this. And this is also the first time in a while they haven't gone like crazy far away from consensus. I think that Williams was like a bit off. I think he was up by I think he was up by like 20. Was it 20 spots? Let's see. Kyle Williams. He was picked 69th. He was 82nd ranked. But if they did want a receiver, and I think we can all agree they needed some verticality at wide receiver, it was really Kyle Williams or Jalen Knoll or Jalen Royals. If they wanted a guy who has more versatility outside, and Royals is kind of inexperienced as well, so maybe they valued Kyle Williams being a little bit of an older prospect. But that was maybe their biggest reach. But I also don't think you're going to be upset about it given what they needed and like the players that were around. There's not other guys that like if they get a center, I don't care that they didn't get Jared Wilson.
No.
I don't care that they didn't get Marcus and Bo. And then edge. I mean, there's still a ton of edge guys left. They can still get somebody. Like, sorry.
No, I just don't see this as a reach. And again, I
said anyone on the big board that you would think could be, you know?
Yeah. I put too much stock in drafting for need, and that is one of my many fatal flaws in this industry. Like I'm like, okay, you need a receiver, just go get the best one or one of the best ones around there, and
which is understandable.
Yeah. The Jets took corner.
Azariah Thomas. He's a good player. He's a good player. Okay, so let me read off the consensus big board for who is left with the Patriots. 1, 2, 3 spots away. So we have got Siobhan Ravel, Xavier Watts, this has not been updated. Let me refresh. Sorry about that. Okay, so Jalen Knoll is still on the board. Marcus Mbo, Princely Uman-Mielen, Jack Sawyer, Kevin Winston Jr., the safety, Braden Swinson, LSU edge, Alec Ioman. No, I don't think he's a good fit. Jordan Birch as an edge guy, Jared Wilson, the center, Jalen Royals, wide receiver, Dylan Sampson, running back, Wyatt Millam, offensive tackle, could also move inside to offensive guard or might in the NFL. Jacob Parrish, the slot corner, who I really like. He's got good man ability, really tough against the run. Charles Grant, a developmental, really athletic tackle. I don't think he's going to fit their scheme, especially if they want a right tackle, but just an interesting name there. Cam Scatterboo, Josiah Stewart. I actually think Josiah Stewart, okay, if I'm going to do my top 3 right now, Marcus Mbo, Josiah Stewart.
I like Jared Wilson here.
Jalen Knoll.
Okay.
I like Jared Wilson too. I just don't like a center-only prospect. But at the same time, like in the 3rd round, that's just like, I don't love it.
It's funny. It feels like it's so much later than it is in the draft for some reason. It's only the 3rd round. So I'm like, oh, okay, take a swing at Jared Wilson. But at the same time, the depth chart right now looks like Garrett Bradbury, maybe Cole Strange. Like, do you need somebody else in that room right now? I would rather maybe take a more of a project center.
Jackson Slater out of Sacramento State. He looked really good at the senior pool.
Right. So, yeah, I'm not. I guess maybe I changed my mind a little bit on Jared Wilson here. But again,
I do think they need competition at center. I don't think any of the guys they have right now are good enough to take over down the road. But that's like I'm trying to think of other center options. OC. Yeah, Jackson Slater, Seth McLaughlin are both supposed to go in the like 150s.
Mm-hmm. McLaughlin, did he have an injury concern?
He had an injury, yeah.
Okay.
That's he fell.
I know we took him in a couple of our like Friday AMA shows, and people were like flipping out about it because of his injury. But Jack Sawyer, is an interesting one here. Ohio State connection, team guy, locker room guy. Somebody who I know Barth loved him. Barth loved him throughout the playoff, and we were like, should they take him at 38? And I remember you being like, hell no, I wouldn't take him at 38. No. And now he's sitting here at 69, or 77. That's more likely. We'll see what happens.
Also, this is a very good point. Can't forget Drew Kendall as well. So like Marcus Mbo, Drew Kendall, Jared Wilson, Jackson Slater. There's a bunch of guys that could play center. So I'm not really stressed over it. Maybe, yeah. So I think I'd like to get an edge at this point. to hit all your premium spots. I love Josiah Stewart. They call Josiah Stewart the toughest guy on Michigan's, I think, team, or at least defense. And if you're the toughest guy at Michigan, that says a lot. I also you think of him as a situational rusher because he's a smaller guy. He's an excellent run defender. He really maximizes his leverage because he's a shorter guy, but he's strong. He's got powerful hands, and he's got really good speed. Like, there was a strip sack he had against USC that was really impressive. That was one where Woody Marks stripped Kenneth Grant and stole it back.
Oh, yeah.
Scored on the next play. But, Josiah Stewart is definitely someone I'd like to see here if they want to go to a position they haven't touched yet. He might be my he might be my favorite guy right now.
All right. We have a super chat, 199. Shout out Sports Fan Jack says Jalen Newell, no matter what. So the last time they double dipped on wide receivers was Jalen Polk and Javon Baker. Hopefully it'll be better this time around. You can't connect it that way. But
man, my boy Pat Bryant went to the Broncos.
Okay. Hey, we just got our wide receiver. That's okay. All right. Well, before we get to 77, quick word from our friends over at Prize Picks. We'll hear from them. As of right now, we got pick 75, pick 76, and then pick 77 is the Patriots. So listen into Prize Picks, and then we'll be back to react to Patriots 77 pick. Prize Picks is the best place to turn your sports knowledge into cash. With millions of members, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all, and all you got to do is pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 2,000 times your cash. So run your game all season long on Prize Picks. And right now, you can cash in on the basketball playoffs. So do not miss your last chance to add your favorite players from the court into your Prize Picks lineups, whether it's points, rebounds, assists, or anything. Make sure to just pick more or less, and you get up to 2,000 times your cash. You think LeBron James will get more than 24 points? Think Giannis will score more than 35? Cook up those hot takes with your friends and win real money this basketball season when you and your crew run your game on Prize Picks. And all you got to do is sign up today, download the app, and use code CLNS. You get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS, and get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game. Shout out. Say what?
Harold Landry's number 2. I was wondering what's Kyle Williams going to wear?
Good question.
Oh, they traded.
The Patriots traded. Okay.
Patriots trade 77, Panthers trade 85, 146. It's not bad.
77 for 85 and 140. Okay.
So 146 is so now they have 2 picks. They have 2 picks and 3 in the 5th round at the top of the 5th round.
Okay. And then we fall back to 85.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't hate it. I like it. Clearly wasn't anyone cooking at 77. And now we hurry up and wait. Sit here on the stream. So
6, and the other one is 146 and 144.
let's I want to just check on.
So if they traded back, that means they're comfortable with, I think they may be looking at edge because it's very deep right now.
Yeah.
Edge and center.
And then you pick up an extra pick tomorrow. So, okay. 77, what? 5, 6. So 8 spots. I mean, that, again, at sometimes at this point in the draft, not that it's nothing, but when a certain position, like you say, edge is so loaded up, why not take a swing, move a little bit farther back, and then you have an extra bullet for tomorrow. So I like, and then you have an extra bullet if a guy that you like tonight falls, you can trade into the back end of the 3rd round and go from there too. So
yeah.
Kind of surprised they waited this long to trade something through 4, 38, and 69. I felt like there was not more opportunity, but as the Patriots kind of have been privy to or used to trading things, but The Celtics lost, so that stinks.
So is it 2-1?
It is 2-1.
Yeah. Receiver and edge within this round. So wait, they went back to 85?
Yeah.
Where is this? Oh, shoot. That's not right. All right, so 85. So in that range, it's supposed to be like Jacob Parrish, Cam Scatterbo, and Josiah Stewart.
Mm-hmm. 146. So 146 is a fifth rounder. Okay. What was the trade? Skinny Pete asked. It's right in front of us. Silly Skinny Pete in the chat. It's on the screen. Pick number 77. They moved back 8 spots and picked up pick 146 in the 5th round. Jack Sawyer? Do they go to Jack Sawyer? I don't know. Wi-Fi crashed. Wi-Fi has crashed at Gillette Stadium for Amit, producer Amit.
Oh no.
All right.
So how many picks?
I don't know how. You know what?
Answer
Shout
that?
out. You know who I'll shout out right now as we sit here and wait? John Zannis, because when it's the three of us and nothing's going on, me and you are able to shut up, and he's able to just talk and think of topics and things.
Should we call it? Oh, he's got the freaking Celtics.
I know he has Celtics. I'm sitting here. I'm like, so now what do we do until pick 85? But all right, well, we're gonna call in the chat then to help us out. Chat,
Yeah.
We have 5,800 of you, 5,800 plus of you watching me and Tayler on our draft watch party right now. Send in some questions. Ask us what you want us to talk about. Tell us what to do until the Patriots come up at pick 85.
If it's Josiah Stewart, I'll be so happy. Talk about shows. I'm not even. What's that thing I watched? Oh, I saw Sinners. Have you seen Sinners?
No, I didn't see it.
Dude, I was nervous to see it because I had seen so much hype around it. Dude, it lives up to the hype. Like, even more so. It is because it's very unique. So you can't really know what to expect. But like, it mixes a lot of genres, extremely well written. The entire cast is good. It's gonna be the first movie I've seen twice in theaters since Endgame.
Okay.
It's very, very good. I'm no spoilers. No, don't worry. No, just very good. No spoilers. I'm not crazy. I would never do that.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Except by accident.
Your favorite pick so far, Tayler?
I think Travion Henderson, because I guessed it. But honestly, Kyle Williams probably, just because this is the kind of receiver we wanted them to have for a while, and they maybe tried to get with Tyquan Thornton, but like Kyle Williams is a different beast where he's really, really smooth. He's slippery. He's a hard guy to get your hands on, and again, he brings you that true vertical speed and yak speed. Like Mike Vrabel said, he wants somebody who can make life easier on Drake May. Well, he's solid in contested catch situations. Like, you see him. He's not going to be like a guy who wins 75% of those, but he's not going to need to, ideally, because he's going to create a lot of separation, and you're just going to be able to get the ball out of your hands quickly, and he's going to be able to do the rest. So I think Kyle Williams, but I really, and I know I say it every year, I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to be more critical, but really so far, the Vrabel era is off to a damn good start. I don't know how many holes you can really poke in what they've done.
Patriots just traded up, according to people in the chat. Up to pick 80.
With the 5th?
I don't know.
I haven't seen anything about that.
Me either, but everyone's saying it in the chat. Are you guys just messing with us? Patriots traded up to 2 picks. We traded up to 80. Pick 80. Come on, don't mess with us.
I think they just mean they're up. Oh, no, they're not up in 2 picks. Don't do that, guys. Please don't mess with us.
I don't think they...
Cool. I haven't seen anything about it. Oh, Kyle Williams is talking right now.
Oh, shit.
All right. Well, we're streaming. I guess we'll just have to report as it happens. Kyle Williams asked how he would describe his game. I would describe it as versatile, game-changing, and electric. Same. That is also how I would describe his game.
The chat saying the ESPN has the Patriots up at pick 80.
What?
And other people, did ESPN mess it up? Because now they're saying NFL Network doesn't have it on pick 80.
Let's just ignore it until we see something.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Someone I looked up Patriots on Twitter and someone tweeted at the Patriots, goes, why does it say they're up at pick 80 right now?
What's the truth?
Yeah, literally.
Let's see. I'm so upset that I can't watch this press conference right now. Or what would I ask?
Wait, did you see the Texans? The Texans drafted Jalen Noel and Jaden Higgins together.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
That just happened?
Yeah, a couple picks ago.
So is Tank?
I don't know what's wrong with Tank. I know he blew out his knee last year pretty good, but
interesting. I didn't even see the pick. Where is it?
It's on Twitter. Ari Myra, I've had it. Texans wide receiver room. Nico, a hurt Tank Dell.
Jaden Higgins.
Both Iowa State guys. Okay.
That's really cool. I love that.
Did someone just put trade alert on the screen for us?
Oh my God, what is happening?
Is this Amit? Is it Amit?
Are we being hacked? Are we being hacked?
I know, we're being Now it's Indy at 80, somebody says. What is going on?
I'm over this.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, all right. So we're not talking about that anymore.
The Patriots are not on the clock.
I feel bad. I'm being quiet.
Chat, help us. ESPN glitch, they say.
Oh, Kyle Williams had a 30 visit with the Patriots. I don't think that was reported.
No, that doesn't. Yeah, I don't think so, actually.
He said, I enjoyed the environment. I enjoyed the coaches. I love everything. I didn't know what was going to happen in the moment, but I was just crossing my fingers. Getting that call was such a heartwarming moment.
Feels like another guy who also has a really solid character, like a good dude, good guy in the room. Was this like a breakout year for him? Like,
yeah, it was fifth year. He was
okay.
Guy, yeah.
Okay.
Kyle Williams says heading into his breakout season last year, he worked to improve his ability to extend plays. Being able to turn a 5-yard hitch into a 60-yard touchdown, being able to turn a 3-yard screen into a 60-yard touchdown. Wait. Oh, yeah, it was basically the same thing. Oh, I think there might have been a typo there.
So yeah, not that we'll say it here again. The Patriots did not trade up to pick 80. That was some sort of ESPN glitch. So we're still waiting on them at pick 85. Jalen Noel is the most recent pick here that went to the Houston Texans at 79. Colts are coming up now at pick 80, and the Patriots are coming up relatively soon here, as we know. They
ton of edge guys left too.
Maybe that's the play.
That's what I'm saying. I think so. And Amit, if I'm right, I hope you clip this, because if it's just Josiah Stewart or whatever, I want my flowers. But in all seriousness, like I think wide receiver's fine. Center, I don't think they need to address right now, but they could. And edge, it's like even if what are they up in 3 picks or
5?
5. Okay, so let's see the top 5 edge guys right now.
Is Mike Vrabel allowed to draft Michigan guys, Taylor? Because
I don't think so.
There's a little that's the true Taylor victory lap if they take a Michigan guy. That's when you know that you were locked into it.
And somebody asked why Stewart over Sawyer. I just think Stewart's a much better athlete. I think Sawyer is more of a 4th-round pick. He's a good football player, but he's not very explosive. And those guys typically don't get picked very high. Prince Luman Mielin went to the Panthers. Mm-hmm. So there's Sawyer. Brady Swinson, Jordan Birch went to the Cardinals. Oh, are they getting snatched up? Josiah Stewart
In the
there.
chat, we
Kyle
have
Kennard. Sorry.
Nope, you're good. Go ahead.
No, but Kyle Kennard, Josiah Stewart, Braden Swinson, and Jack Sawyer are the top edge rushers left on the board.
Okay. Brady in the chat. First of all, appreciate the super chat. Will y'all be on tomorrow? We will be on tomorrow. Brady also says, please go get Stewart. The fourth round rather starts at noon tomorrow. So I think we'll probably go right off the top, right at noon. I don't think we'll do as much of a pre-show as we had the last couple days, but we'll go through all the Patriots picks tomorrow, just like we do every year, and just like we've done all draft here. So all draft this year so far. Did Kennard have a visit with the Patriots? Do you know?
Yes, he did.
He did. Okay, so that's
if
fun
that
to
happens,
watch.
I get the rematch tweet.
Yeah, with him and Will, right?
Yeah.
We're sitting at pick number. Justin Wally, corner from Minnesota, went to the Colts. Dylan Fairchild, guard from Georgia, went to the Bengals.
Oh, Dylan Fairchild, I do like him. He's a bad MFer.
The Pittsburgh Steelers are coming up at pick 83, and I can't help but think that that's a Shedeur Sanders spot.
I'm done guessing.
Everyone thought he was going there at 21. How do you not take? If you were thinking about taking him at 21, how do you not take him at 83?
I get it. I could see it.
Man.
Joshua Farmer, I do like a lot. I think so. Chad Graff reported that they're looking for run stuffers. Mm-hmm. So I think that's more of like a day 3 priority, most likely. I don't think they're going to go for a penetrator because they have Williams, they have Christian Barmore, they've got Keon White, in a certain type of role. So I think they got a lot of penetrators. Although I'm cool getting another really good defensive tackle, I'm fine with it. But I think they just want a little bit more variety and long-term ability in that kind of space eater spot outside of Kyrus Tonga. Thank you.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was thinking Falanga. That was weird.
Another in the chat. What if it's Jalen Milroe to the Steelers?
I would be less surprised.
That would just be like, honestly though, at this point, that wouldn't really shock me.
No,
it would have shocked me if they took Milroe at like 21 over Shedeur. That would have been like, whoa. But now
get their Justin Fields back.
Yeah, right, exactly. But now it's just, what if he goes undrafted?
Also, dude, really cool that Kyle Williams and Drake may get to grow together. I love that.
Yeah.
We were talking about that today, and just like it's not very common that young Caleb Johnson, Steelers, stays in the black and gold, baby.
So it's still no Shedeur.
Patriots can get any edge rusher they want. And I think that was a smart trade down because I don't see any guys other than maybe Jalen Noel or Uman Mielen that I think they probably would have had on their board.
Kyle Williams quote on
actually no, sorry, really quick. No, actually, I take that. Was that did they trade with the Panthers?
They traded with the Panthers.
Yeah, so if they probably asked the Panthers who they wanted. And Cowden used to be in Carolina. I don't know if he still knows people there or not. Right. So maybe they didn't. I know they had a visit with Uman Mielen, I'm pretty sure, some kind of interaction. I didn't love him as a fit, but he is a very athletic and one of the more explosive options. So I thought maybe there. But yeah, I don't think other than maybe Jalen Noel, there's anybody that they would have even targeted so far.
Andrew De Silva says they should trade down again. Should they trade down again?
I wouldn't. If you want your size, how far? Like a few picks, I would.
I know. Kyle Williams quote on Mike Vrabel. I loved him. A big dude. I mistook him for being an O lineman, but he was a linebacker. In my opinion, he could have went to the NBA, but a dude that loves the game. You can hear it in his voice, the passion that he comes with. He's a man of standards. He wants to work, and that's what I'm coming in to uphold in the organization. Kyle Williams, another good Patriots dude.
That's awesome. He also had a quote on Drake May. Okay. I heard about him at North Carolina and about the impact he made as a rookie. I'm excited to get with an established quarterback, somebody who knows the game and is able to make all types of throws. Just from his character and work ethic, I'm excited to be part of that. Where'd you see the Vrabel? Alexandra Francisco is killing it with the quotes.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about this team, dog.
I'm cautiously optimistic again. In a good way. I'm optimistic.
Fair.
I'll always be cautious.
Proven production is Kyle Williams. And also
No,
this is the first draft in a while where I have not seen any national people being like, what were they thinking? National people love the trade. I think the local media in parts was more critical of TreVeyon Henderson than like anybody I saw nationally. And the national people, Nate Tice, who else was it?
A lot of guys. If you find them specifically, you can, but
Mike Renner said Kyle Williams is the best pure separator in the class. Couldn't love that pick more for Drake May. And I thought I retweeted Nate Tice. But yeah, like everybody really is a fan of what the Patriots have done so far. And that's nice territory to be in. You know, we don't feel like contrarians. I just realized Mike was over there. Whoops.
What am I talking about? What am I trying to say? Oh, there's a lot of national people. Sorry, I feel like a crazy person. They were high on the Henderson pick for sure. Like nobody, like you said, locally, and I'll put my hand up, was kind of like, I don't know if I love it. But everyone, as soon as that happened, was like, this kid's a monster. He's a home run hitter. He's a pass protector. He's a hard work. Like it was.
Who was saying that when he got taken?
Hey. Taylor knows what he's talking about. I'm not saying it's not. I just don't.
I should not be doing victory laps because I
just don't like running backs.
That's fair.
That's it. The running back thing for me just comes from the heart. That is just not a running. I guess I should like running backs as a quarterback, but I don't know. NFL running backs, it just doesn't do it for me.
You're a selfish quarterback. You want the stats. You're not trying
exactly. I just want to throw it.
What's your record?
What?
What was your record?
Not good. Well, no, I started 3 games my sophomore year. I went 2-1, and then junior year I didn't play a snap my junior year. Senior year I started the last 3 games. I think we went 1-2 or 0-3. So not great. 500.
Kyle Williams on his abilities in man coverage. Just constant film study. My kind of guy. Always perfecting my craft. I take pride in my craft. I feel like it's an art, and you have to take pride in art. You have to have attention to detail. You have to worry about the little things. And I worry about those small details and try to correct things and master them to add to my game. Bro, Mike Vrabel's fingerprints are all over this draft.
You already had Caleb Johnson to the Steelers, right? We talked about that? Yeah. Okay. So Buccaneers, we need a Buccaneers pick, and once we do, then the Patriots will be on the clock at pick 85. Who is open?
Also, hey, maybe now that this is a competent organization, I won't look stupid for getting excited on draft day because they'll actually know how to, use the players and coach them.
Yeah, right.
That's the one thing. I know I haven't always been right, and I've had some bad draft takes like anybody. But I feel like the guys I've been most excited about are not just like, oh, this guy has no talent. It's usually the guys, it's a mental thing. Marte Mapu was mental. Jalen Polk, mental. Javon Baker, mental. It's just stuff where there were warning signs. Only for Baker. There were no warning signs for Polk. That was completely came out of nowhere. But
my hand up. I'll put my hand up on Jalen Polk. I predicted him as a 1,000-yard receiver last year. I thought he was going to ball out. Hopefully, our friend Alex Katzen is right in that he can spin it around, especially with a revitalized room. Stephon Diggs, Kyle Williams, Jalen Polk, Pop Douglas. Maybe we start cooking here a little bit. And the odds are starting to come. Trade alert. Why are we getting another trade alert? Did they trade again?
The Chiefs did. Whoa. Oh, no, they did trade back again.
The Patriots traded back. Oh, Lord.
They must be very confident that they can get.
The Patriots traded up to 85. The Chiefs traded up to 85 with the Patriots, which means the Patriots do not have another 3rd-round pick. The Patriots are done for the night. They traded out of the 3rd round.
Huh. Interesting. Okay. All right.
Unless the picker is not updated on ESPN, they might have went back to 95. I don't know if that was a predetermined pick or what, but We'll wait and see. But right now, I think they're done.
Because the Chiefs were 30. Oh no, the Chiefs were 95, right?
Oh yes, okay. So it just updated now. The Patriots traded back again to pick 95.
Okay.
So now we have to wait another 10 picks. What am I supposed to talk about?
Oh my God, John, get off the show. Well, to be fair, Elliot Wolf did say he thought the meat was in the middle of this draft. I'm gonna see if I can find that quote because he clearly meant that shit. Wolf, middle. Do we not get an Elliot Wolf press conference or transcript? Damn. Elliot Wolf. Oh, wait. No, I tweeted it. Wolf meat. Wolf meat.
Shut up.
Oh, stop. That's not even what I meant, you dick.
Wolf meat. Oh, they now hold pick 95. What's the trade compensation? Let's find out. Oy vey. A 2026 fourth round pick.
That's the return. Move back for a future sixth?
Future fourth.
Oh, that's not bad, actually.
All right. And with 10 spots to go, we'll send it over to our friends at Game Time. We'll take a deep breath, and then I'll think of more topics to pull as we wait for another 10 picks here. Patriots coming out pick number 95. They just traded to the Kansas City Chiefs. They traded 85 back to 95. They pick up a future fourth round pick in 2026. Not bad. The more you think about it. Move back 10 spots. You don't like the board in front of you. You pick up some more capital next year. Not a bad trade for whoever ran it. So that's where we're at. We'll sit here and wait for the next 10 picks. But before we do, let's listen into our friends over at Game Time. Patriots Daily is powered by Game Time, the best place to get last-minute tickets to your favorite events. And with the NBA playoffs officially here, we all know it's better to go see games in person. So make sure you use the Game Time app to get to your favorite team's games today. They have last-minute deals with killer prices. You also get the all-in pricing feature, views from your seat, the lowest price guaranteed, and so much more. And Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying NBA playoff tickets. I'm heading in to Boston this week to watch them take on the Magic, and I use the Game Time app because it is the best place, my favorite place, to get tickets to your favorite games. With their last-minute deals, you can save up to 60% off by buying last minute for sports, concerts, comedy, theater, and more. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CLNS for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. That's Game Time. The read's backed up. I did head into Boston. I'm not heading in. They're now in Orlando. They just lost. But I went to Celtics on Wednesday. Used the Game Time app, the all-in pricing feature. It's funny. I always tout the tickets get cheaper the closer you get to the game. I bought the tickets on Sunday, and what do you know? They were cheaper by Wednesday. So, sometimes you just got to wait it out a little bit, and I didn't, but that's what happens. That's what's good about Game Time. They get cheaper as you get closer, and it's the best place to get to your favorite sporting events, concerts, all that good stuff. So use Game Time. Use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. As always, terms apply. So as we sit here now, it is pick number. So Noel Williams, cornerback from Cal, is who the Chiefs traded up for, and the Chargers are now on the clock at number 86. Patriots coming up at 95. Working on trying to get some guests in here from down in Foxboro to maybe help the time pass. We're really only at 55 minutes, but we've been talking.
Get Brian on the horn.
Yeah. What feels like, what about maybe who's there? Text Kevin Stone? Stone's down there? What about a Mike Yuva? I don't know. I'm trying to who's down there?
Get one of our friends, see if anybody wants to hang out. Please. Is Sammy Knox down there? Do a little home and home.
Knox.
Did you do a thing for him, or did he just think that he was going to see us in person yesterday?
I think he just thought that we were going to see him in person, but I didn't go. Did you do TV with him?
Yeah.
How was that?
It was good. I was wondering how it works. I heard him twice. I heard him speak initially, and then I heard the delay. So honestly, every time I heard something, I was trying to like make out what was going. Like it was not very, but I was just kind of stressed out a little bit. But obviously it's Sam, and he made me feel very comfortable. But as my first time experiencing that, I was like,
Love it.
So it was like two people at the same time.
Did you see Sam get hit in the head with a basketball at the Celtics the other day?
No, is that on Twitter?
Yeah, he tweeted it. He was courtside before the game on Wednesday, and he got beamed in the head by an inbound pass or like a warm-up pass. So.
That is unfortunate. That's unfortunately funny. Also.
It looks like we have guests lined up. Are we ready? Are we ready for our guests?
All right. Hell yeah. Oh my God. We got Stone.
We got Stone. I'm not going to pull him up yet. It looks like we're still trying to get some. He is ready. All right, let's do it. Let's roll. Evan Stone.
What's up, baby?
What's up, boys? How are you?
Huh?
How you doing?
Good. How are you? How are the vibes down there at Gillette Stadium? What do we?
There's like 10 people in the room.
In the room with you right now?
Yeah, there's nobody here.
Oh, nice.
It's empty.
Did it thin out after Kyle Williams? Everyone was like, "All right, we got our receiver. Time to go home."
Kind of, honestly.
Kevin has Alex Barth in the background as well.
Why is Barth just creeping behind you?
Because he knows you guys want to talk to the real pro.
No, he's going to come on next. We want to get your thoughts, though, because your boy Donovan Ezeraku goes to the Cowboys. So talk to me about him. Did you think the Patriots were going to get him? And how do you feel about him ultimately getting past?
I mean, when he kept dropping, it was hard not to. You still need the edge help. So, yeah, but, man, him and Micah Parsons together that's lethal. That's absolutely lethal. So good for him. I'm actually more happy for Ozzie Trapillo than Donovan. Yeah. Donovan was going to be fine. I'm surprised he dropped as much as he did.
Yeah.
I mean, look, when we were talking last week, he was going to be a first rounder at one point. So I feel like he might have dropped because he didn't do much on pro day, and he really didn't do a ton of the combine. You guys were there. I mean, he did some stuff, but I feel like that lack of competitive nature, might have hurt him a little bit. But he'll be fine in Dallas. Him and Micah Parsons, like I said, that's a lethal combination. And look, the better story to me is Ozzie going to Chicago. His father played in the NFL. And look, that offensive line right now, they've done it the right way. So Caleb Williams should feel very good about where they're at right now.
Hell yeah.
I'm kind of curious. So is Ozzie going to play on the right side? No, so he's going to be a left tackle in Chicago because they got Braxton Jones. I know he could be a swing, but how do you – oh, my God.
Brian.
Got a bunch of freaking creeps behind you. But where do you see Trapillo fitting in? Because I know he's got the four-position versatility.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, he should be – it depends on what they want to do. He can play both sides. If you're them, Brian, you are killing me, dude.
Jesus.
No, I think he can play the left, but – honestly, and you guys know, John sort of knows a lot more than we all do.
Sure.
He could be a swing tackle, too.
Yeah.
BC has made it a point to make sure their guys are versatile, especially under Bill O'Brien. So I think he can play either way. But I think you'll see him more at left tackle than right.
All right, bud. Who do you want when the Patriots are on the clock again at 95? Is there anybody that you just been waiting for them to pick that still hasn't had their name called? Is there somebody where you feel like you're just going to have to settle?
So besides Donovan and Ozzie, who I wanted, Chase Lunt out of UConn. You still need that help. We thought he was going to be a top 100 guy. He's still there. So I'd love to see him. Great size, great agility, and he would add some of that meanness that you already brought in with Campbell. They need some more, though. So I think you need the help there.
Love it. All right. That is Kevin Stone, the New England Football Journal. Follow along. If you want the best coverage of high school sports in the state, check it out over at the New England Football Journal. That's Kevin Stone. Does great work over there. Kev, we appreciate you. And I think we have another guest coming on now. We're doing a little rotation here. Is that correct? All right. Awesome.
Yes.
We'll go like
Thank
this.
You, boys.
Yep. Thanks, Kev.
Appreciate you, buddy.
put him backstage. We'll let them rotate it over and see how we can make this happen. We're making it work here. We appreciate our friends down in Foxboro as we get this thing rolling. We're at pick 88 right now. Patriots coming up at pick number 95. I don't know who we're – oh, we have Alex Barth coming on. Good friend of the program, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Been kicking ass all week with their draft coverage. So we're getting him set up in just a second. Savion Williams, wide receiver from TCU. That was Bart's guy. Just went to the Green Bay Packers, so we'll ask him about that as soon as he gets on. Jaguars coming up with 2 picks behind the Green Bay Packers. And then Rams, Ravens, Seahawks, Saints, Browns. Every time I see that Browns helmet, I think it's a Shedeur landing spot. I don't know. Raiders coming up twice as well. Maybe he goes there. He's going to fall out of the top 3 rounds, is Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah.
That's wild. I want to get Bart's thoughts on this too. I know he talked about Shedeur a little bit today on Felger and Mass is kind of what his situation is here, but him falling this far is kind of wild. We'll ask him about Savion Williams first. I know that he was a fan of his. I love watching the behind the scenes underneath. 7,000 people here watching this this draft night show. So good stuff.
Appreciate y'all.
Barth, we good behind there? Thumbs up. All right, let's go. We got Alex Barth. Let's go.
What's going on, guys? How we doing?
Are you, Alex? Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. We were trying to get through it. We had Zannis on as our point guard, and then we went with just the 2 of us. And then they kept trading back, and I got lost. I didn't know what else to say, so we needed some guests. So we went with Stone. Now we got Alex Barth. So what are the
not
vibes
everybody can do? Not everybody can do the full. What did me and Evan do that year? When we covered it in 19, maybe this was bad luck because it was 19. But we, outside of when they actually made the pick, we were live the entire time.
Yeah,
I think we ended up doing like 13, 14 hours live, just the 2 of us,
Oh,
no guests.
God.
And we were in the middle of the media workroom, which was so inconsiderate of us. It was our first year. We didn't know what we were doing, just yapping away in front of everybody. But
at least we stay in our.
You guys made it pretty far.
I was gonna say, at least we stay in our house. No, we did. Well, I think it's the 3-man weave that makes it easy. When it's 2 people, it can be a struggle bus. But here we are because we had a bunch of guests for our 2.5-hour stream earlier. We rotated through those guys. But now we sit here, Patriots coming up at 95. Your boy, Savion Williams, just goes to the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, did he? I didn't see that. It's a good spot for him. Okay. I'll have fun watching him there.
Yeah.
And with Golden, too. That's a nice little combo there.
Right.
It feels like he doesn't have to play any one role. They can just be like, what do you feel like doing in this package? Just do whatever. That's pretty sick.
So what are your thoughts on the draft class so far, Barthy? What do you think of the 3 picks they've made?
I think it's good. I mean, obviously, I like and me and Brian talked about this morning on Patriots Beat. If you want to check that out, I like the Will Campbell pick. I think people know where I'm at there.
Mm-hmm.
Travion Henderson, it's a bold pick, but I like that they were bold. They needed to be more explosive on the offensive side of the ball. He certainly does that. People have kind of noted he could fit in that James White role, and I wrote about this on 98.5thesportshub.com. He can do that, I think, and then more. The big knock on splitting carries situationally is that the offense becomes predictable, but he's going to be a lot more than one-dimensional, and he kind of talked about it. He can do a lot. So, running back that high comes with risk, especially Luther Burden, a guy I liked, a guy a lot of us liked, went with that next pick. I don't think he was on their board just because of some of the personality stuff, but anytime you Patriots make kind of a bold pick and then a wide receiver goes next, that wide receiver usually goes on to be a future Hall of Famer. So congratulations to Luther Burden. But I would have rather had Burden, but I don't hate Henderson in a bubble. And then obviously I really like Kyle Williams pick. And it goes back to part of the reason I like Luther Burden is he's somebody that any route he runs has a chance to turn into a touchdown. And I don't know that they have a guy on this roster right now that can do that. They don't, especially if Diggs, if he's still going to be kind of working his way back from the knee, they don't have a guy on their roster who can do that. Kyle Williams, I think, has the upside to be that kind of player. A little bit older, late breakout, so maybe that limits the ceiling. He actually reminds me a little bit of Diggs, and then there's some Lad McConkey in there as well. The other guy is Jaden Reed from Green Bay. I think there's some similarities there. So, I've been big on him for a while. I like that pick. They started off drafting for need and drafting at a premium position. They then went best player available at a non-premium position. And day 2 has really been about explosiveness and speed and game-breaking ability, which they needed. I'd love to see them end it with another offensive line pick here to maximize kind of what they did at the running back position. I do see people in the chat saying Wyatt Milam just got drafted, so that sucks. I thought he would have been
where'd
an
he
awesome
go?
pick here.
Jags.
Jacksonville. They traded up for him too. So
Yeah, they had
funny.
double picks
I don't
right
know
there. So
I don't know what other guards are left. I feel like the guards have been flying.
Center, I
and
feel like
maybe-
is still pretty well stocked. They have Marcus Mbo.
Yeah, but I kind of want that like starting left guard. Maybe that's Marcus Mabo. I'd like for them to go try to find that starting left guard. Maybe Jack Sawyer. I'd be pretty surprised if he fell out of top 100. But you know, I like
You want me
it.
to go through the guards that are still on the board real quick on the consensus?
Yeah, who's still on the board? I'm curious. Emory Jones. The chat's kind of doing it. Emory Jones.
Marcus
obviously guard
Mbo,
tackle.
Miles Frazier.
I don't hate Miles Frazier.
Oh God, Joshua Gray. Yeah, it kind of drops
All right,
off.
we're too far. Yeah, we're too far down. But
Yeah,
you know, maybe too many trade backs. I feel like I'm kind of take cornered here because I said I wanted them to get future picks, and with that second trade, they got a future pick, and maybe they don't love any of these players. But did they make another pick?
Do you think who, the Patriots?
Yeah,
another
I
trade.
don't think so.
no.
How about edge rusher though? Because that's what I keep saying. It feels like there's plenty of edge rushers that are left that could fit what they like, and they keep trading back, and there's not a ton of them that keep flying off the board, or there's no run or anything. So, do you think edges maybe where they go with this next pick?
It could be. It could be. I don't know. The hammering offense. They're hammering offense, and I don't hate that, and kind of like stay with it. You know, you can get a rotational edge rusher. I also think they trust their coaching staff. Their coaching staff has a proven track record of coaching guys up, so that's somewhere you can go a little later and maybe expect that you're going to tap more into that player's ceiling. I still want to see them at a slot corner. They traded out of the pick for Jacob Parrish, which could hurt, but I wouldn't mind if they stick with offense.
I have one other one. Oh my God, I just totally lost my train of thought.
Lastly, I'll get you out here with this quickly.
Right.
Shadur Sanders, where the hell does he end up? I'm confused.
Ooh,
It's been quite a drop.
I don't know. Do the Hamilton Tiger Cats need a quarterback? I don't exactly know their situation. I think the Toronto Argonauts are set. No, I mean, look, it's tough. I don't mean to make fun of it. Like, it's a tough spot for the kid. But I would love to know what happened in those interviews. I don't think. Look, the tape's not amazing, but it's solid. If it's not first round worthy, it's top 50 worthy. And usually you hear people talk about this. Quarterbacks are really only supposed to trend up once the season ends as you go through the pre-draft process. He obviously didn't do that. And there's reports, people talking to GMs and other decision makers around the league that he did not interview well. I think one decision maker gave a quote that it was the worst pre-draft interview he'd ever had. Mm-hmm. And at the quarterback position, obviously that's going to hold more weight than anywhere else. So at this point, it's one of these things where, like, if he hasn't gone, where does he go? I think we've just kind of heard because the quarterback teams are taking players, right? So, he's definitely, even if there's attitude issues, he's definitely one of the 250 something best players in the draft, however many picks there are.
Right.
But I think a lot of these teams are kind of telling you they don't want to work with him. And if they don't want to work with him at, pick 70, pick 80, is that really going to change at pick 180? Like at that position, if that's the issue, I don't know. So maybe he's Mr. Irrelevant, but the math is not in his favor right now. It's really not. And he cost himself. If he'd been in the draft last year, I think he might have been a first round pick.
And it feels like the kind of thing where it's not even just one thing. That's what I've been saying is I think if it was just one thing, we would have seen him go earlier. But the deeper he goes, it's like, no, everything that we talked about, some people were trying to downplay. It's not the dad. It's not the interviews. It's not the film. It's like, nah, every time he slips around, it's like everything that people were saying seems like it's playing some factor in this.
And it's like not even the guys we thought. Like I thought Milroe was going to go ahead of him, unless it happened when I jumped on with you guys. Milroe is still on the board. It's Tyler Shuck, who's an old man, who's 26 years old. His first year at Oregon was Joe Burrow's first year at LSU. That guy got drafted. Jackson Dart, who I don't think particularly highly of. I saw somebody point out, like, what happens if DJ Uyunglele drafted before Shadur Sanders? Like, I
told
think
Tyler Shuck to get a job earlier, Alex.
I think I mean he should. Well, he did.
He did. I know.
I was looking at the 2026 consensus board, and I think this is a typo, but Cam Rising's on there. That's somebody who needs to get a job.
Cam Rising.
Yeah, I still think Milroe's going to go ahead of him, so that's at least one more quarterback pushing him down. That's probably the Browns. The math's just not there.
Raiders
It's
come up
just
soon
not for him.
with 2 picks. Does Brady go get him?
Maybe Brady does Dion a favor.
Yeah.
But like if Geno, you just gave Geno $75 million. If he walks in
Right.
your office and says, don't do it, I don't want to deal with it, I don't want to be this year's Kirk Cousins,
Mhm.
is it worth creating that kind of issue? Josiah Stewart, that was your guy, Taylor, just went to the Rams.
Damn.
Yeah. All right.
The Rams always take the D linemen I like. I can't stand those dudes.
All right, Alex, we'll get you out of here.
Thanks, buddy.
Let us know what you got coming up on 98.5 before we get you out of here. We'll let you give a quick plug.
Just writing all night, 985thesportshub.com. I've got something up, some thoughts on the Travion Henderson pick. Myself, Matt Dolph, have reactions to all the picks, and tune in Sunday morning, Sports Hub Sunday kickoff, season finale. We'll break it all down. We'll recap it.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us.
Buddy.
Appreciate
Thanks
you.
for having me, guys.
Thanks for making it happen. Later. All right. Well, that helped the last couple minutes because
Yes, it did. So how close are we now?
I needed a breather. So we got Ravens, Hawks, Saints, Browns, and then the Patriots. So,
Yeah.
all right. We got some stuff cooking here. So Josiah just goes.
All right.
Emory Jones just went to the Ravens.
All right. Who do I
So
got
there's
left?
your guard.
Marcus and Bo.
Marcus and Bo went, or you want them?
No, I'm sorry. I'm guys that Marcus and
okay.
Bo that are available. Marcus and Bo, Jack Sawyer, Braden Swinson, Garrett Wilson,
Yep.
Jalen Royals, Cam Scatterbo, Joshua Farmer,
Shadur Sanders just
Cameron
tweeted,
Williams? Sorry.
"Thank you, God, for everything." Wonder what
It's
that
like,
means.
you know what energy that gives? I'm not mad. Please don't put in the paper that I'm mad.
I wonder if it's the Cleveland Browns at pick 94.
I hope that's it. And it's not just, him trying to be like, I'm good.
That's what I hope too. I hope he just got a call. I hope that's not
Yeah.
like you said, don't put it in the paper that I'm mad.
Don't put it in the paper that I'm mad. Okay, did see wide receiver.
All right, folks. So Seahawks wouldn't take Shador. They're loaded up on QBs. They just signed Darnold.
Trying to make a tweet for whenever they're on the clock that I can shoot out. Jalen Royals. Again, if they did want to get a running back, it would repeat 2011. Again, when they already had 2 running backs and decided to double dip in the second and third rounds. So it wouldn't be unprecedented for the Patriots if they did decide to do that.
A double dip on what RBs are there to double dip with?
Dylan Sampson and Cam Scatterbo.
Okay. Scatterbo wouldn't be bad.
No, I like him.
The Seahawks took Jalen Milroe at 92.
I like that. They got a good offensive line. They got a good run game. Obviously, they're kind of like one of the more physical teams, so they like a good ground game. I dig it.
So where's Shadur going?
Emory Jones just went to the Oh, sorry, that was old.
No, that's okay. So Jones goes to the Ravens. Jalen Milroe goes to the Seahawks. And now we have Saints, Browns, Patriots coming up. Whew. Okay.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cameron Williams.
I want Jack Sawyer. Just gonna say it.
I want him in the 4th, honestly. I don't like him in the 3rd, but I would be fine with it. I wouldn't be excited though.
Okay.
What?
There's a screen grab of Nick Saban clapping about the Jalen Milroe pick on ESPN's broadcast, and someone captioned it, "When your quarterback goes ahead of your Aflac partner's kid." Damn.
That'd be really cool. Ooh,
Oh,
another speedy outside receiver if they wanted one. Torrey Horton.
that would, if Torrey Horton goes, Ahmed has to come on the program.
Literally. Ahmed. Oh, he's not.
He was just there. Ahmed, if Torrey Horton goes, if the Patriots take Torrey Horton, you have to come on the show.
Damian Martinez, if they want to do the double dip on like a workhorse and change a pace back, I love Damian Martinez. He's basically skinnier, slightly faster Mondre with less ball security issues.
Okay.
Every time I get on the clock, I feel like I'm about to get drafted. Like my heart starts feeling funny. Or maybe that's my cholesterol. Saints picked. Okay, so the Browns are on the clock.
Who'd the Saints pick? Do we know?
Trade out of the third round, imagine. If they trade down again, I'm actually going to leave. I got to go to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah. Who do we know who the Saints picked?
Jonas Sanker. So everyone that we like still on the board. Think I can go to the bathroom real quick?
Yeah, go for it. I've been mulling around enough here. Oh boy, 7,700 people, and you put just me on screen. What am I ever to do? Think about Shedeur Sanders and why he hasn't gone at all here. I don't know, but the last time Seattle picked a quarterback in the third round was 2012, and they took Russell Wilson. Good little nugget there from Adam Schefter. And we still don't have Shedeur Sanders off the board. The Saints have picks. The Browns are on the clock. Let's find out if and what the Browns have done. Someone knows my brother in the chat. That's intriguing. I hope this is a yeah, okay, that's a parody account. I just saw a Will Howard to the Browns tweet, but it was a joke. So someone asked if I want to be picked at 95. I'd go to the Patriots. I'd hang out. It's like that video.
Life's like on the other side.
The dude gets drafted. He's just like, holy shit, I just got drafted. Oh my god. Hey, coach.
It's like the video that what's his name? Where he's like the guy who's drinking the beer in the meme.
Yeah, right.
I just get drafted. I don't want to go. I don't want to do. You can't make me go.
Like, Mom, I don't want to do it.
All right, they're on the clock.
So who'd the Browns take? Do we know?
I don't think so.
Interesting. The Geno Smith trade landed Seattle Jalen Milroe.
Yeah. Who did the Giants take or the Browns take?
I don't know. We haven't seen anything.
Oh, they have Harold Fannin.
Yeah, but that was earlier in the round.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
No one knows yet. Sawyer would be like the humility draft pick that I need to calm Mel down.
Corey Kinnan, friend of our show, tweeted
he might come on tomorrow.
He tweeted that the Browns took Dylan Gabriel out of Oregon. I don't know if he's messing around.
They did.
They took him?
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Where are you? Oh my God, they took Dylan Gabriel.
I'm tweeting this draft just jumped the shark. That's insane. That doesn't even make sense. Like that. I think teams are like
undrafted.
At this point, teams are flipping him off because Dylan Gabriel was so frustrating to watch. Like he is not a very good quarterback, at least from what I got to see. Like, oh my God.
That's wild. We're speechless. But the Patriots are on the clock.
I've not been shocked by any of this Shedeur stuff. That is, somebody's gonna take Brady Cook with a future pick. Wait, is he in the draft?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, he is? Oh, if Brady Cook goes before Shedeur, I'm like actually gonna lose it. I will lose my mind.
I feel bad for him at this point. I really feel bad.
Bro, I don't feel bad because if teams don't like you this much, you did something. I don't feel bad.
I know.
Until you give me a reason to feel bad, this is crazy, bro. And this isn't like a thing where no one knows why and we need the information. Like we've heard things that made it sound like he was not a prime target. Ooh, we got you. So it's going to be an offensive lineman. It's got to be if we got this fine gentleman in the background. Mike, do you see?
Oh yeah, we'll have John on for the pick. John, how are you? Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
Muted, handsome.
Or John, if you can unmute yourself.
I got it.
Fellas, what's going on?
Oh, he's tech savvy.
What can I do for you?
Well, you're gonna have to come over to my crib and get some more blocking pads and eat some more drills.
I'll bring them. I'll provide the blocking pads. We'll work on your vertical pass set, and we'll teach you how to stab and swipe and all that good stuff.
My dog.
I don't know if you saw, John, but Patriots are on the clock because the Browns just took Dylan Gabriel, quarterback out of Oregon. Shedeur Sanders continues to slide. We'll get your take on Shedeur in a little bit, but thoughts on the Patriots draft so far and what you'd like to see them do here at pick 95?
I like what they've done so far. Obviously, you start with Will Campbell at left tackle. I don't care about the wingspan arm length nonsense. I think he could play left tackle. You got to give it time. The fact that we're even having the guard conversation, I think, is silly. As far as what they've done tonight. Look, when it comes to Travion Henderson, people are going to cry. It's not a need. They don't need to take a running back. They should have done this and done that. Let me tell you something. I don't want to hear the need stuff. At the end of the day, Elliot Wolf told us about 6 weeks ago that they're going to draft the best player available. They drafted for need in the first round. They come back around in the second round, and what do? They take the best player available. You're right. It might not be a need, but he gives them an element they don't have, which is explosiveness out of the backfield. And let's not forget, when you look at his skill set, I think he's going to fit what Josh McDaniels does well. The Kyle Williams pick is interesting to me. I like the player. I'm not sure they need that body type again, though. I was thinking that they would probably try to go a little bit bigger, somebody that they can isolate on the backside of trips. Nonetheless, I like Williams. He gives them another explosive playmaker that can make plays after the catch and finish. That's going to help them as well. So overall, I like what they've done so far. I mean, they've definitely helped Drake May.
I'm curious what you think of the possibility of more pony personnel. Like we saw a couple years ago when Zeke was here, they tried it with him and Mondre, and we were like, sure, but neither of these guys is the athlete or the versatile chess piece to really make that a scary package. But I feel like with Antonio Gibson or Mondre and Travion Henderson, that's legitimately like you need to know where those guys are because they're threats in a lot of different ways. So do you feel like that's an element that we could see in this offense that could really be a challenge for people to defend?
100%, especially because when you look at Henderson, you can motion him out of the backfield. He can run a full receiver route tree. This is a guy that can run slot fades, fade routes, out cuts. So you can see them motioning him out of the backfield and getting him involved in the passing game, but also aligning him in the slot and getting him involved in the passing game. So I definitely think we're going to see what I call more gazelle personnel, where you're going to have two halfbacks in the game. And I think Josh McDaniels is going to allow him to be creative, and it's going to allow him to generate matchups, especially if they're playing you in base or nickel personnel.
Love it. Any targets here at pick 95 on your mind? Not necessarily if you don't have players specifically, but what positions, I guess, do you think they should target? I know you're not a big draft for need. We want best player available, but what are you thinking here as we get close to it?
Well, I think one of the things when you get to this part of the draft is you're drafting for depth and future development. So I wouldn't mind seeing them either go corner here. I still think they're a corner short. I wouldn't mind seeing them go corner here, possibly offensive tackle. I'm a little I favor local prospect Chase Lunt a little here. Wouldn't mind seeing him go here.
Kid, right?
UConn kid. I don't think that's going to be the pick. I wouldn't mind seeing them go edge here. I think they need to add another pass rusher. That's another possibility here as well. So I do think this is a good opportunity for them to fortify their depth. And I think that there's enough talent on the board here that they should come away with a pretty good player.
What do you think about Marcus Mbow, a guy who's got a ton of positional versatility? Like, we don't know what the future holds at right tackle, left guard, center. Obviously, we hope that Caden Wallace and Layden Robinson can establish themselves. But do you think that Mbow could be somebody on the radar?
Absolutely. Can play right tackle, right guard, a guy that they've met with in the pre-draft process. High IQ guy, multi-year starter at Purdue. I definitely think he's a guy that could potentially be in the mix for them at this pick.
And then, did we have any? I know they're on the clock. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. What about edge rushers? Which edge guys would you really like for them? Oh, Jack Sawyer. Give me some scouting report on Jack Sawyer from your perspective.
That's who I want right here.
Well, for one, I'm an Ohio State fan. I have been since I was a kid, so I love the Buckeyes. I love Jack Sawyer. Now, here's the thing about Jack Sawyer. I see a lot of Mike Vrabel in his game, and I know Vrabel was asked last night about a comparison to him and Will Campbell.
Yeah.
Forget about that. The comp is Jack Sawyer. I like him here because I think he's a versatile on-ball, off-the-ball piece that I think would fit this scheme well.
But I think you're going to be happy.
Yeah. It's Jared Wilson, center from Georgia.
Okay.
Immediate reaction, John, before we get you out of here. What do you make of it?
Well, I mean, again, we kind of felt going into this weekend that they were going to add another body into the interior of that offensive line, and that this doesn't surprise me. You're going to have more competition here. You've got a lot of dudes in there that they're going to have to sort through between the guys that are on the roster now and the guys they've brought in, but it doesn't surprise me. I think what this does say, though, is it puts the guys that Belichick drafted a couple of years ago on notice, the City Sows, the Jake Andrews. Those guys are going to need a strong spring and a strong fall camp to have a shot to legitimately make this football team.
All right. That is John Saranitas, New England Football Journal. John, we'll get you out of here with that. We appreciate you joining us. I shouted out Kev Ford earlier, but the best football coverage top to bottom in the New England area, especially high school, is over at NEFJ. So go check it out. John, thanks again for hopping on. We appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem. I know these are 5 minutes I'm never going to get back. So thanks for taking that time.
Appreciate your sacrifice.
At my age, I can't be losing minutes like this, fellas. What are we doing here? In all seriousness, you guys are the best. Enjoy this. And, hey, let's do this again soon. Appreciate it.
Yes, please. For real.
We're going to get John overdue for a full episode.
All right, boys.
So,
you're
thanks,
the best.
John.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Later.
See you soon.
All right. It's Jared Wilson. Somebody I had on my board at one point early on today.
Okay.
Kevin makes a pick. Yeah, I mean, you look at left guard now with, you kind of figure out the depth chart. You look at it where, okay, left guard, Layden Robinson, you move Cole Strange over. He's your backup left guard, maybe, competes for that spot. And then it's Garrett Bradbury, Jared Wilson backing him up there. So somebody I actually mentioned earlier last week when I mentioned it earlier in the show today too, where Daniel Jeremiah said that this is a guy who could have been a fringe first-round pick at one point. It was kind of starting to climb up boards. So trade back a couple spots. You get a center of the future potentially.
Potential day one starter.
Yeah. Again, you wonder what he does compared to Garrett Bradbury and go from there. So I like the pick a lot. This is, I don't want to say it's my favorite pick, but it's a really good pick. You help the offensive line. And the Patriots make 4 picks through the first 3 rounds, and all 4 are on the offensive side of the ball.
Yep. I also wonder if being a center only is why it hurt, because the trade backs make more sense now. They probably knew that people weren't going to reach for a center only prospect, but they're like, hey, we need one, so we'll get some more picks. I think that was really smart what they did by addressing the need, but also getting themselves some more capital in the future and for tomorrow.
Yep. So Patriots draft class: Will Campbell, Travion Henderson, Kyle Williams, Jared Wilson, and they pick up a 5th-round pick for tomorrow, and they also pick up a 4th-round pick next year. The Patriots have had a good draft, Taylor. I'll say it. This has been a good draft so far for this team. And
sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm trying to multitask. I'm not good at that. It has been, though. Like, they've done what they said they want to do. They're going to help Drake May. You got 2 pillars on your offensive line now. Also leaders like Will Campbell and Jared Wilson were both renowned for what they brought to their programs. Kyle Williams, we know, was someone that scouts said was really well respected. And then Travion Henderson, another captain. So, and I also love that they're going SEC linemen.
Hell yeah.
Very, very happy. So, yeah, I mean, no real significant reaches. You're getting them from schools with high pedigrees. Like, this feels like a very strong start to the Vrabel era, man.
Yep, it sure does. trying to get some clarification from, if we can, from Amit. I don't know if we're going to have a quick live shot of Elliot Wolf coming up soon. He's set to speak. If not, we'll hop off and listen into him at any rate, and then kind of go from there. The Falcons just traded up again.
What do they send? 2 future firsts
They gave
and their
three picks,
like their firstborn son.
Ay.
I really like this offensive line, man. I feel so much better about this right now because you have Will Campbell. Because honestly, Garrett Bradbury, I was like, it's fine.
Yeah.
He's solid, but I was hoping they'd get somebody to eventually replace him, whether it was Slater or whomever. This, I think, in terms of really not even like, because in the past I've gotten excited, but I always give my caveats, right? Like, even when I liked Marte Mapu, I acknowledge he's a small school prospect. There could be a learning curve and all that. These guys, you might have drafted 4 guys who could either be starters or be heavily involved in the rotation in your first 4 picks. And what do we say? It's not a star draft. It's a
Starter draft.
There we go. And they could get, I think, like when I do my depth chart, I think Travion Henderson, I have him over Antonio Gibson. Fewer ball security issues. I think he's has more consistent vision as a ball carrier. And I think he's a more flexible type of player. So if Travion Henderson is like your RB2, Kyle Williams is at worst your wide receiver 4, who's still mixing in. You know he's going to probably get a lot of reps unless he doesn't really catch on in the summer. And we know they're simplifying the offense to make it easier to digest. So Kyle Williams has a little bit of other guys have a bit of a head start on him, but he can catch up. And we know he said attention to detail. He preached it. So that's something that's important to him. And Jared Wilson, again, I wouldn't be surprised if Garrett Bradbury doesn't make this team at this point.
It was only a 1-year deal for Bradbury.
It's a 1 year. Oh no, I think it's a 2-year deal, but it's very easy to get out of.
Okay.
2 years, $9.5 million. If you cut him this year, you $3.8 million in dead cap. You can eat that easily. And then next year it's 1.2. Oh, actually, post June 1st, it's 2.6. So it's not as bad actually. You save money if you do it as a post June 1st cut.
So it was Tom Pelissero that had.
If you trade him, it's even better. If you trade him post June 1st, it's 1.2 million in dead cap. The next 2 years. And yeah, I would agree. Wilson isn't raw. This is spot on. He's not raw. He only had 1 year as a starter, but he was so good that people thought he could have been a first-round pick.
Right.
So that tells you a lot about what you need to know about him.
Yeah, I just tweeted out the little blurb from Pelissero last week on Wilson and saying that he could have been it. It was Schlesinger, Jared Wilson, Emeka Buka, who went, Tyleek Williams, who also went Ohio State, I believe. Did he go in the first round or maybe the second round? I don't remember.
He went to the Lions. Remember, that was their first pick at the
end. Oh yeah. So Jeremiah had most of these actually. Jared Wilson falls. Tyler Shuck was on his list too, but there was some love for Jared Wilson in league circles, and there he goes, pick 95 to the Patriots. So I was sorry. I'm behind on our thing.
You're okay.
I don't know if are we wrapping or are we staying on? Talk to me behind the scenes.
We got some more stuff that we got to do. Let's just wrap it up with what our thoughts are on the day.
We're good to wrap, or do we want Hines?
Oh, is Hines there?
I don't know.
I don't think he can hear us.
Wrap. Okay, we're gonna get out of here then. We are gonna call it.
Okay.
We will go listen into Elliot Wolf. We will have some more recap. We'll definitely be live tomorrow, so make sure you always keep it here on Patriots Press Pass, as you do throughout the entirety of draft weekend. Patriots 2025 draft class so far. It is Will Campbell, Travion Henderson, Kyle Williams, Jared Wilson. Trade back a couple times and go get a center of the future potentially. So Elliot Wolf is set to speak in a few moments. We're going to go listen into that. We'll have some more breakdowns. Then we'll be live tomorrow for rounds 4 through 7. So thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate it. There's 8,500 of you here right now. So really fun times. We appreciate the love. We love doing this draft coverage every year. So we will be back tomorrow, probably around noontime to start the 4th round. Until then, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we will see you next time. Peace out, everyone.
Bye-bye.